This is where your cruise shuttle bus will drop you, and it's very handy for a few things. The city hop-on, hop-off bus is just opposite, and also if you look for the statue of Christopher Columbus that you can see clearly, it's right at the bottom of Las Rambla.
And Columbus is actually pointing towards the city of Constantine in Algeria. That's southwest, but it's also the direction of the cruise terminal. Unless you've already jumped on the metro, this large roundabout and the statue, it's the first thing you'll see, and you can climb to the top when it's open. The door is underneath. Now, this is the start of Las Ramblas, but before you go up there, you might want to look at this.
This is also where you'll find the Maritime Museum.
It's definitely worth ducking your head inside before you start on your journey up Las Ramblas. It's a great hall, and some of the things in there might just interest you. Now, as you do approach Las Ramblas, it's going to look a little different. Years ago, I did a program called Tripods, and it was all about these three-legged monsters. Well, Las Ramblas seems full of them. Look, like tripods.
As you walk up Las Ramblas on the right, down a little alleyway is a waxworks museum.
And more tripods, legs stopping the trees from falling over.
There are some great artists down here. If you want a caricature, they're only €10, it says. I can't believe that. If it's black and white, and 20 for colour. It's lunchtime and all these eateries seem to be empty. Just as a price check, last night a large cocktail and a large beer came to €38. This morning, 2 croissants and 2 coffees were €10. In the square we had some tapas and 2 small wines. That was €50.
The roadworks will only apply in 2025, and they are everywhere. But the tree problem, that's probably not going to go away for a while.
It's certainly affecting trade.
It's 1:30. Look.
But they are building a new Las Ramblas.
One thing to be careful for here is pickpockets. It's famous for them. Along Las Ramblas is La Boqueria. It's an amazing market. It's a delight to walk through. This is making me hungry.
Barcelona changes character at night. It comes alive. The theatres, guests swelling out into the streets. Las Ramblas, full of people eating and drinking. The squares are colourful, full of diners, and people selling all kinds of neon flashing lights and things that fly into the sky and flutter down. Yes, Barcelona comes alive in the evening. So if you have a chance, if your cruise is leaving from Barcelona, you can book a night before or a night after and stay and see the city at night. Even the sky bars have fantastic views of the city.
Top tip from me when you're walking around in Barcelona is keep your eyes up, because the tops of the buildings, almost everywhere you look, is sensational, and sometimes you get stunning views like the one behind me. At the top of Las Ramblas is Catalunya Square, and this is a serious shopping area.
Catalunya Square and Las Ramblas are definitely the easiest places to walk, and there's lots to see. But the metro is the easiest way to see Barcelona, and we're going to show you the other places to see.
At the top of Las Ramblas is this beautiful fountain, and I don't know if this is a general rule, but we were here this morning and it wasn't going, so if you want to see it in all its splendour, come later in the day.
Lots to see, but as we're up here in the square, before we jump on the metro, let's get a bus to where Gaudi built his dream house, Parc Guell.
So we're at Parc Guell. You can enter here free, or if you want to go into the buildings, it's €8. We got the number 24 bus from the top of the Ramblas, Catalunya Place, and it took us straight here to the entrance. There's a free official app that you can download on your phone before you come, and that gives you a guided tour of the park. This park was designed by Gaudi and is one of the most iconic sites in Barcelona. This was Gaudi's own house. He lived here for 20 years, from 1905 to 1926. And in 1963, it was opened as the official Gaudi Museum. It was built as the show home for the Parc project, and inside some of his furniture and personal effects. Parc Guell was a project given to Antoni Gaudi by Guell to make housing for wealthy people. Guell's idea was to have Gaudi design a development of 61 houses for wealthy people. It was built between 1900 and 1911, but by 1922 it had failed and the council took it over, and it's now this wonderful park. Wow, that was lovely.
Even on a short break in Barcelona, you need to plan, but as a cruiser, you really need to plan. A walk up Les Ramblas very early, then a bus to Parc Guell. Good plan.
If you have children or grandchildren, there's no shortage of play areas to stop at.
It's a relaxing and special park, but we have others to show you.
Parc Guell sits way up in the hills, and from here you get a great view over Barcelona, and in the distance you can see the ships.
For all of these adventures, do use your Google Maps, as well as the advice you get from us and from the tourist information. Google Maps will not only tell you the bus you need, but it will tell you when it's coming or how long away it is. It's absolutely fabulous. So it gave us the bus to Parc Guell, which you can find a number of routes to get to from anywhere, but now we're going to go somewhere else by metro. Barcelona has quite a big metro system, a bit like London, and it interconnects and crosses everywhere. So there's a station here at the top at Catalunya Square. There's one at the bottom of Les Ramblas. They all join. You can get to pretty much everywhere from anywhere.
One of the easiest ways to get around is the metro, and you can find the stations in Les Ramblas. So here's where you buy your ticket.
You can buy shared tickets, solo tickets, or multiple journeys.
So we're going to get the green line to Diagonal, and then the blue line to La Sagrada Família. So the red dots mean you've already been to the stations, and then when it lights up, you're there. We want the blue line, line 5, to Sagrada Família, and there are boxes on the station sending you in the right direction. So you come out of the metro, and there is Sagrada Família. It couldn't be closer. Sagrada Família is Europe's most unconventional church. Gaudi started work on it at age 31, and for the last 16 years of his life he lived on bread and water and prayer to try and finish it. Gaudi's church is only a fifth complete. It's best to pre-book online if you want to go inside, because there are queues all around the building. Every side of the building is unique, and if you're on an overnight, it's best to visit at night, because when it's lit up, it's spectacular.
Restrictions on coaches stopping here at this building have meant that the metro is by far the best way to see this church. And then, for the rest of the day, continue with your all-day ticket to get to some of these other great places we're about to show you.
Casa Batlló, one of Gaudi's masterpieces with a roof shaped like a dragon, is right by the metro station, Passeig de Gràcia.
A quick search on your phone of the location you wish to visit, and it will show you which is the nearest metro. You can even drop pins on the map, sort them out, and work out your own tour.
It's €23.50 to go in, but even from the outside, the viewing is fantastic. In the same street, on the other side of the road, is another of Gaudi's masterpieces, La Pedrera. It's an apartment block he designed, and inside there's an interpretation centre dedicated to Gaudi. It has no straight lines or right angles. The temperature in Barcelona is currently 19 degrees.
We're back near Catalunya Square, We're going to take a walk down to the Gothic Quarter, show you around there, and finish today with a trip to Montjuic, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and another trip you have to make by train and walk through a park. First, the Gothic area.
The Gothic Quarter is a warren of narrow streets, and in the middle of the old city is the huge Gothic cathedral, which was constructed between the 13th and 15th century. Entry is free before 1 and after 5:30, so you might want to time your visit. Heading off to the Picasso Museum down this really interesting street in the Gothic Quarter.
Now, have metro ticket, we'll travel. We're off again, this time to Montjuic.
Take the metro to España, walk across the road, and this is what you'll find.
Montjuic does look like it's outside the city. It's up on a hill. You can get a cable car there, or you can get the metro bus. You can actually walk all the way around the hill. It is in fact the birthplace of the city, a strategic location between the Mediterranean and the Llobregat River. Montjuic means Jewish mountain in medieval Latin and Catalan. It's a shallow hill in Barcelona, and it's rich in history. The castle of Montjuic dates back to the 17th century, and this area also has a significance to the Civil War. Now, as a tourist destination, you'll find parklands, museums and art galleries.
Oh no, oh no. I'm not a great fan of pigeons really. If it poos on my head, is it lucky?
What were you meant to say?
Buildings like this are always on top of hills, so you get the fantastic views of the city. Must have been a fortress of some kind at one point.
Sergio.
Sergio is here every day with these beautiful doves that scare me half to death, but they are beautiful.
Estoy muy guapo.
Each time you climb higher, the view changes slightly. 2 lots of escalators, but the last lot was stairs and the next lot stairs as well. But it will be worth it at the top.
It is crazy to think that it's less than 200 years ago that during the Spanish Civil War, the government of Madrid was shelling Barcelona from this flat castle top.
So we've reached the Museum of National Art, and now we're going to have a coffee stop. A bit further around the building, you get a completely different view, and you can see the Sagrada Família from here. Behind the Museum of National Art, you find the Historical Botanical Gardens, which has some of the tallest trees in Barcelona, as well as some unusual plants.
Hopefully that is a good introduction to Barcelona for you, and if you're on a day cruise, that's going to be more than enough for you to visit. If you're looking at visiting Spain, have a look at Valencia. I think Valencia is now, for Jean and myself, both of us, our favourite Spanish port. It's overtaken Barcelona. So, here's a preview.
This statue in the middle of Virgin Square is to represent the river which flowed over where the park is, but was then diverted after the Great Floods in October in 1957. So this is the church in the Square of the Virgin, and it's beautiful inside. I used to love reading historical novels about the Borgias. They were so wicked. They all slept with each other. They were incestuous. They poisoned each other. And there were only 2 popes from Valencia, and one of them was Alexander Borgia. In theory, if I walk to the very end of this park, it's 47 minutes, I'll come out to where the shuttle bus stops. The market closes at 3, so if you want to go and visit the market, you need to go in the morning. We've just had a very interesting walking tour where we learned that paella is not the Spanish national dish, it's from Valencia, and the Spanish national dish is Spanish omelette. Also, we learned that paella does not have seafood in it. It has chicken and rabbit and garlic, a little bit of garlic. That is the traditional paella, and no chorizo, Jamie Oliver.
What do us cruise entertainers do when we're at a port we've been to before? Well, we made up this little film, filmed it with Gary Martinez, Manuel Martinez, the comedian who won the Best Cruise Comedian of the Year once. Gary and Jean put this little scene together, and I'll give you a link to the full episode, but here's a taster.
No, I'm supposed to lead you around Barcelona until you get lost and confused, and then take you to the place.
I was expecting a sexy European.
I am a sexy European.
Slow down. I said, slow down, please. Oh, God.
Okay, about 5 shops down on the left, a jewelry shop.
And?
My guess is you go inside, you come out, I take you back to the dock.
I can find my own way back to the dock.
Not the shop. Come into the office.
Hello? Bonjour? Hola?
Sit. Against the glamorous backdrop of the Baltic cruise revival, a covert team races to stop a second attack on the $40 billion cruise industry. A compelling ensemble of flawed, deeply human characters. Think slow horses. They operate across a global stage with gritty momentum, but intellect trumps firepower. Its demand for sharp detective work is layered with opulence and geopolitical complexity, like The Diplomat, elevated to a global threat level with a ticking clock intensity of 0 day. Only this time, the battleground isn't a war zone, it's the public playground of cruise ships. The team leave Miami and fly to Germany. They pick up the ship in Warmerand. They sail up to Latvia doing 1 gig, then to Helsinki where they get the Tallink ferry across to Tallinn, pick up the train to Narva and into St. Petersburg. All they've got to do now is get out and back to the ship at Tallinn. This isn't just a cruise, it's a mission. This isn't just a mission, it's survival. On Kindle, paperback, and audiobook. The unexpected.